Well, at their place, we made 5 threes in the first half, nine for the game, and I think they decided they were going to take that away from us. I think we went into it assuming we could do the same thing and didn't adjust, and we had to take them off the dribble, get some shot fakes, drives, draw and dish, and even not do that on the first rotation, but get a couple of rotations of that before they're going to break down, and then we get a shot. We weren't patient in the first half. We wanted to take that first look and had several blocked shots and just shots with girls in our face, and just not the greatest decisions in the world.
What was the biggest halftime adjustments as you went in? What were the biggest things that you focused on? Because I mean, despite the poor shooting, you're down 6.
Yeah, we're still in the game, and that's what we talked about. Is we just played a really poor offensive half, but a really good defensive half as well. They're a really good team. 44 Haskett is a really good player. They've got some girls that can shoot from the outside. So to hold them to 23 points or whatever that was is a good defensive half. And we talked about that there's positive there. But 3 things on offense we had to really focus on in the second half. One was not settling for the outside shot, and we wanted to get the ball inside. And there's 2 ways to do that: dribble penetration or feed the post. And that was our focus coming out. We're going to dribble penetrate if it's there, use the shot fake, get them off their feet, and then drive, and then feed the post. And I thought both post players did a lot better job getting open and giving a target in the second half, and we did a better job of feeding them. And we didn't settle for that outside shot. I don't know how many threes we took in the second half, but it wasn't as many as we probably would have normally. Still didn't have an offensive outburst, but scored enough, I think 25 or so in the second half to get us back in the game, and that was big.
Team speaker go fouls out middle of the second half. What's that do to? I mean, she's a big part of your team, part of your offense. How does that change from a strategy standpoint?
Yeah, Kim is very capable, and we were going to miss her. But I feel like we can bring girls off the bench that can play, and between Maggie and Hannah and Chalice, Abby gave us some great minutes in the first half. So, definitely didn't like to see Kim piling up the fouls, and we'll look at some of that and try to adjust. But there's a couple of real questionable offensive calls. But we had some other girls step up, and to Truett's, losing train of thought. But to their credit, they played really good defense when they had to on Hannah Tompkins, known as a shooter, so she comes in the game, they're marking her up, and they're playing some really good defense on some of our shooters. Thankfully, Trish got free at the end there and really kind of took over the game for us. But that was huge.
Take me through those last couple of plays. I mean, you guys are down 7, you battle back, really mainly with a couple of key shots. Those final timeouts, you get a timeout with about 46 seconds left. Trish gets fouled, missed the 1-and-1. Take me through that final kind of 24 seconds. What was the
Yeah, in hindsight, that was probably a good miss because she really buckled down from then on and took over the game. In overtime, she was huge. Obviously made that shot at the end to tie it. And I told him at halftime if I had a game ball, I'd probably give it to Trish. But at the same time, Breezy had some great minutes at the end there. Brianna Delaney came in and played really well. Our 1-3-1 defense really seemed to work, and they couldn't figure that out for a long time. But in the timeouts, with 3-something to go, we had a timeout, and I said, listen, if each of us took 30 seconds for our each next possessions, we're going to at least get 7 possessions. And that means we can score 21 points if we score a bunch of three-pointers on every possession. And so we're not in that much of a hurry. We just got to make sure we get stops. And we focused on playing defense first. Really wanted to push the ball up the floor and see what we can get in transition, and I think that helped us. But, really, I wouldn't say it's anything I did or said. It's more, they went out and performed on the floor, and Trish really took over and showed why she's, kind of the point guard of the team in the general.
In the overtime period in particular, and well, let's just move on from that. As we've said before, a win is a win, but what do you say for specifically how proud you are of the team in having such a really dismal first half and still battling back and having an opportunity to even be in the game at the end of the game and then eventually win it in overtime?
Great composure. We talked about that we want to maintain our composure no matter what. One of my sayings I challenge the girls with all the time is it should be hard to tell whether we're up 10, down 10, up 20, down 20, or whether it's a tie ball game. We should be intense and playing hard. And hopefully that shows up a little bit eventually. They hear that all the time. But yeah, that was great. We maintained the composure. We executed some things. I mean, the play at the end of the game when Trish made the shot, put us in overtime, wasn't exactly how we drew it up, but they executed the first part of that play and then ad-libbed from there, and that's what it is. I mean, play is just a tool, and we used the tool and made the shot.
We've got a few days here between now and big conference game coming up or region game coming up on Friday against Emmanuel. What are you going to take from tonight that'll help you on Friday?
Well, we don't talk a lot about wins and losses. It's more about playing well, and we can feel bad sometimes with a win that we didn't play very well, and we can feel good sometimes. Maybe probably feel better if we play well and lose than if we don't play well and win. So we're going to focus on, okay, what do we do well, and what do we need to improve on, and then let's look at Emmanuel coming in, and they're a very good team, always in the top 10 or so in the nation NCCAA. Definitely in the contention always for our regional championship, and they're going to be gunning for us, and we got to be ready for that. We definitely like playing at home. We're closing out the semester here, and looking forward to the game. But there's definitely things we can improve on. We had 10 turnovers in the first half, and that's pretty high, and that hurt us as well scoring tonight. So we'll talk about things that we can improve on. But great momentum coming in, and I think momentum isn't something that's just a myth. It really helps, and we saw that tonight at the end of the game. We had momentum going in and took it away in the overtime, so that was good.